right, so Kemar Stuart, come up here, man. Walk up on this Kemar. Walk out on them Kemar. Walk out on them Kemar. God bless this young man. Oh, let me tell you something. Oh, boy, we love you. We're praying for him. We're praying for him. And let me tell you, when they start to attack him, Mr. Franklin, I have a speech ready for them. And I'm going to send a speech all in Jamaica back up for them. We're waiting on them. All right? Our Kemar, God bless you.
Good night to Barbados. Good night to my people from the Marcia show. The opposition, I am so glad to see you all here this evening. We had a weekend filled with bad weather, and so many people would have not made it here today. So I want to thank you especially for showing up. I see that's Brother Lumamba in the crowd. Happy to see you, Lumamba. I want to also thank the team from St. Michael Southeast, Tennyson, Michael, Margaret, Tracy, Michael, I see you. Yes. So, forgive me, I'm a bit overwhelmed by the response from you. I am very happy and I am elated by the fact that my free education was not wasted. So, let's get right into this jobbing. Before we get to the issue of water, my brother here sitting on the left of me, we were on the Starcom Network News speaking about the cost of living in Barbados. So water, much like all of our natural resources, are actually connected to the cost of living in this country. But we have a tendency in Barbados, or not say we, but some have a tendency in Barbados into wanting to make us a country of beggars. There are some who believe that giving out lodges, free hams, free plate of food, free stove, we believe that that is the type of representation that our people need. But the time has come for us as a country to rise above transaction politics. And we need to tell those persons who believe that every Barbadian can be sold for 2 cents, with sewage to go and shove that in. We had a program launching last week in Bridgetown, Golden Square Park. This is the same Golden Square Park that there was an event called United Nations in the city. We left out Independence Square, we left out Queen's Park, we knocked down one of the most sturdiest buildings in that old NAS building to build a park. We laid down the fire station that the city of Bridgetown does not have a fire station in it. Give me any country in the world that don't have a fire station. Barbados. World class. That building was one of the legacies of our water barrel. And they stole his jacket. If they understand the psychology of the average Barbadian criminal, the average criminal in Barbados is not going into any parliament to steal any jacket from 1966. So I am saying to you, look at these sinister agendas. As Gabriel said, it was a break out and not a break in. I will not be surprised they let any persons who stole things. A place that is supposed to have 24-hour security next to the law court can be broken in the midst of the storm. You have a bank next door to the parliament that has 1,000 cameras on it. When we march on a Saturday, you can bring 1,000 drones to put in the air to spy on us. But the parliament of Barbados, where you all go to rob us, you can't even watch over that. So you're saying the fact that people could break in there, the fact that you should be removed from in there because they can't protect it. All the money y'all pay for in Barbados, you mean to tell me y'all cannot provide adequate security for the parliament of this country? But then again, we have a visiting leader who does not live in Barbados. So everybody has to wait until the leader gets back to decide what to do. But whenever they come to Barbados, they come with gifts, hampers that join COVID. They give out what you call care packages.
How many times?
Fast forward again, they're coming back with care packages again. And what they call this one family program.
We want money. We want the package to buy money on things.
The one family program rolled out by the Minister for People's Empowerment, Kurt Humphrey, and the Motley, is universal basic income. That is one of the policies of the World Economic Forum.
That's right. That's right. Talk to me.
What is universal basic income? That is defined as a government program in which adult citizens receive a set of money regularly, and the goal of basic income is to alleviate poverty and replace other need-based social programs that potentially require greater bureaucracy, such as non-contributory pension. And as the IMF is on record saying that non-contributory pension does a very poor job at tackling poverty. So that's why they say to remove it. That's why Barbados will no longer have non-contributory pension. Because the IMF, one of its policies is for governments to remove non-contributory pension. And the way they're following the IMF, they will follow that because it already started. So this program, they were saying, is to assist 1,200 families. That's about 30,000 people they average at. 30,000 people is approximately the number that voted for the entire Democratic Labour Party. They didn't get much more votes after that. So you can see this is a direct strategy to target voters, to give them freeness to go and vote back in a government who's held back on giving you job water. So my people, when you understand the wickedness of the people who say to us that they were going to spend $30 million every year on this new one family program, this is basically welfare all over again, but handed down from the elites. They are saying to the public that they are going to pay for your housing, they are going to pay for your education, and they are going to give you income, and anything you want assistance with, the government of Barbados is going to give you without reservation. I should tell you, the people of this country, if they ever repair your house, you have to hand over those title deeds to the government. If they ever repair your car, prepare to hand it over to the government. It belongs to you. And if you listen to the slogans of these white powers, They say to you, you will own nothing and be happy. Don't feel that you will get to touch the money when they distribute it. The money is going to go straight to the landlord.
Right.
The money is going to go straight to the tour agent. The money is going to go straight to the school. You are not going to touch 1 red cent of the money. But if the government finds out that you are earning income outside of this program, you're going to get cut off from the program. So it's about uplifting you, it's about keeping you in a state of poverty so that you continue to beg politicians so that they have some proverbial power over this country. They do it all the time.
Refuse it.
This should not be surprising to you. Check back the history of some, and you will see that this was practiced among the lineage of some who call themselves leaders in this country. I wasn't born yet, but as somebody said, giving up largesse to people in the park. So now they're giving up freelance all over again. We lack ideas, we lack policy, we lack accountability and proper people to serve the country. You have to give up freelance to keep the people interested in you.
And you want mine to get your daughter. I wonder who she want now.
Right? So I want to quote, I want to get on this water thing, right? So I want to quote again, in December 2021, Government Advisor Avinash Prasad said that the government is planning to move Barbadians on to universal basic income in the form of a citizen's dividend, and that they were going to put the people on universal basic income on 3 different fronts. Avinash Prasad said that. Right? We had a government minister in Barbados who defeated the sitting prime minister of this country. He said, as Minister of People Empowerment, that the welfare numbers in this country jumped from 3,000 to 8,000 since the government came in. From 3,000 to 8,000. That's 5,000 more families on welfare in Barbados. Approximately 30,000 people. And during COVID, they rolled out these $600 programs. And in the midst of COVID, they insulted the people of this country by adding on to this $600 program to give them freedoms. And I am saying the person responsible for this program was Corleone. And Corleone used the $600 program to get himself elected in Barbados. And they dare say that Corleone removed people from that list of getting that $600 program after he won the seat. I dare him to test me on that. So in between Corleone and Kurt Humphrey, and Mia Morley, let's not forget her, we had what they call the World Food Program in Barbados. And we had soldiers driving around this country in trucks and blue helmets, coming around giving people food. They're talking about army trucks, you know. WFP, World Food Program. I did some research. And the World Food Program entered into a partnership with Bill and Melinda Gates to distribute assistance and food programs to the entire Caribbean during COVID. So Humphrey's bringing Bill Gates food to Barbados. And Humphrey's being proud to be giving the people of this country Bill Gates food. So I am saying to you Barbadians, we need to check these people. The sinister thing about this program is that I am going to quote Kurt Humphrey again. I let him go for this one. I'm going to quote him again. He said, what we have done is to put in place a new MIS system, management information system, that allows us to see as soon as you put your ID number. If you are going to welfare, National Assistance Board, National Disabilities Unit, I can tell if you are getting NAS support. How can you tell that?
Paying the digital ID card.
So that digital ID will be mandatory for any Barbadian who wants to get on this One Family program. That they can monitor every single thing that you do and explain to you how to plan to do it. What does that sound like to you? Centralized planning, centralized control over people.
CCP.
And Kurt Humphrey's walking among Barbados, baby flag, proud of that. You're supposed to be people empowerment, not people disempowerment. To put a digital ID in between hunger and survival to get you on that ID at any cost. So check the food that they're gonna give to you. Because we checking the water all over. So check the food. I was going to say that in July of this year, and speaking of food, we had a price compact where the Prime Minister of this country announced that we would have received a price reduction of 47 different items. These particular items were supposed to experience removed VAT. They had the private sector and all the supermarkets and everybody signing on to these programs to give us cheaper prices in the supermarket. And the same Kurt Humphrey again runs out and said to the media, the price compact ain't working, the private sector is stick to their side of the arrangement, so therefore the people are suffering from continued price markups. He said that, so that is twice that he admitted that this government's policies are failing the people, and he is still a minister in this country. He has more backbone than the 29 other fellows in here. But he's standing up on a misguided principle. So I am saying to you, my people, we need to be cautious, careful, because these people have a vested interest in working with others who do not have our interests, who do not see life like us, who have never felt like life like us, or only they never felt life like us. Some of us grew up in Chapman Lane, some of us grew up in Sandy Lane. Same country but different lanes. So the people living in Chapman Lane, who all know probably still on the water from the flooding, the government could have gone to Chapman Lane and extract the water to give us a drink as opposed to jobby water. That's saying. So we have so many different avenues where we can get water from. I'm sure tackling the flood issues on this side of Bristol will definitely help the people, but ain't even gonna help the people. Sewage. So my first challenge to all the ministers, 30 cups of sewage water on the table. Who will put a half person to drink it? The first man to drink it, be a council again about your seat. I could bet you none of them will put their hands up. So they're moving on. Wilfred Abrams, the minister who believes that joint taps can have leaks. He said to the people of this country in 2020 that we were already drinking water from toilets. Wilfred Abrams said that Barbadians are already drinking water flushed from toilets. Wilfred Abrams went on to say that his ministry will have to embark on a massive re-education of the population on the issues related to the consumption of water from the sewage system. If not for Caswell, I would have never known about this Water Reuse Act.
That's right.
I never saw any debate in Parliament. I never saw an article. I never saw a Sterling speech to the media. This bill was passed in the dark of night.
Like all the rest.
I know they're talking about black water. What's black water? Human excrement with paper in it. Who comes up and sit and think about things to destroy life like that? That this same minister, he was asked in November 2019. Well, no, he wasn't asked. Some brave heart spilled the beans and said that there was E. coli in the water. And Wilfred Abrams ran out to the media and said to the media of Barbados that there was no E. coli in the water. I tracked back before that. Before May 2018, from my understanding, we were not putting sewage in the water. Track back to April 2018. I read a document between the European Investment Bank and the government of Barbados speaking to a water rehabilitation project in this country. And I'm going to give you some of what they said. Straight from the most of the Europeans, you know. They said at this so-called town hall meeting, when someone called Matt McTaggart, project manager for the company, a company called AECOM, they presented the feasibility study for the South Coast Water Reclamation Project, reclaiming water. He disclosed that the existing sewage treatment plant at Graham Hall will be upgraded to include a special facility with new equipment to remove rags, grapes, sand, and other debris from the sewage system.
From the election?
He said that this facility will comprise a mechanism to control the odor from the sewage. And McTaggart also disclosed that a new secondary station will be built to take the stool from one building and transfer it to a new building, and more advanced treatment plant will be put over in that other building. That's McTaggart from the European Union. He went on to say that these form part of a series of structures to be built in the same compound as the existing sewage treatment plant, to be known as the South Coast Water Resource Recovery Facility. He went on to also say you will have secondary treatment, which is more than secondary treatment. It is biological nutrient removal plant, which is also for removing nitrogen and phosphorus. And he's saying that this will put approximately 3.9 million gallons of water, wastewater, because they have it on the score here. 3.9 million gallons of wastewater. This McTaggart told and a virtual meeting. It was a virtual meeting they had with the Europeans. He also said that the average amount of wastewater that is estimated to flow through the facility designed to remove the foreign material. Here the language, the foreign material will be somewhere around the 2 million gallons. Right. So this McTaggart, right, this consultant this year, that's going to bring this new South Coast water recovery facility that the government of Barbados is seeking $300 million to build. And when shown on the platform saying to the IMF that he is going to come forward and get the investment for this plant because he wants to use the sewage water to replenish our aquifers. What's dangerous about that? Is that the same Wilfred Abrams? I quote him again. When in the newspaper to say that the government thanked the desal deals, tossed them out the window. Because they believe that the entrepreneur or the person who had the contract to build these desal plants were getting too much money from the government of Barbados. Okay, Abrams getting too much money. Renegotiate the contracts and put the desal plants back on the table. You left out desalination. You left out tapping the springs. You left out catching rainwater. To go and tell the people of this country that the orange drinking switch. And this Wilfred Abrams, he was the opposition spokesperson for the Barbados Labour Party on switch. Which means he had a vested interest in it. Which means that he knew everything that was going on with it. Because he was a senator in this country or the world. So these people don't believe that they could give you anything good. They're literally scraping the bottom of the earth to tell you that that is good for you. To tell you that drinking stool and water is good for you. You know, they're giving us switch, but you know they cannot. When it comes to them, they always have to look behind the curtain. Because there's always some type of corruption involved, including the type of taxpayers' money. I ain't saying about thief money, but you know what I'm going to say to you, and then you can determine if they plan to thief money. They received, well, let me start with the garbage and sewage tax. They're making $18 million a month to fix a South Coast sewage plant. Only 5% of this country connected to a sewage plant. So 95% of the country is paying for 5% of the people. That does not sound like the economic policies of the government. So $18 million a month in garbage and sewage tax. They borrowed $16 million for the European Investment Bank. I can quote here for you. John Mwanza saying that the government of Barbados entered into a loan arrangement with the Chinese Exim Bank to get loans to fix that sewage plant. I told you all that the maximum amount of money you have to spend on a tertiary level plant was $65 million. John Mwanza, I quote him here. John Mwanza, the technical consultant for the Water Authority, he said in October 2021 that the government of Barbados will be pumping $210 million Barbados into a one-of-a-kind, large-scale water reclaim and reuse project on the South Coast. That is expected to pump 200,000 more gallons per day into the island's scarce drinking water. That's John Mwanza. You already know what I call $210 million Barbados dollars. Tell William Strong to tell the people of Barbados what he want 300 million US. Let him come and explain that. The technical man at Water Authority, Mwanza, is saying it will cost 210 million Barbados, but when Strong wants 300 million US. I told you about the corruption. So the people of Barbados first have to pay to store. Then you have to pay to drink that store. And then you also got to pay to put money in the pockets of corrupt and thieving politicians. But we can't take no more. No more sewage. I can't use the word we just used. But we can't take no more of it. Right? So my people know that we have been compromised. Know that we see who the culprits are. I never call their names again. Wilfred Abrams, Wayne Strong, and Mayor Marley must be held responsible for making Barbados and Barbadians drink Jamaican water. I never telling them anything. I like to drink water from the pipe. I went by the road 1,000 times. I cannot get this water drink. All I'm saying, I won't let it go any. I can't afford to buy bottled water every day. There's so many Barbadians in this country who can't even afford the water we have right now. Look at the color of the water. Black, green, blue, purple, all the colors of the rainbow. They can't get that one managed. When last the people in St. Lucie have water? When last the people in Bagatelle? You know the water goes off in Bagatelle, St. James almost every day. St. John, the water is always off. But we understand why they were trying to sabotage the drinking water in this country, because they have signed on to agendas to poison off the water in this country, then to tell Barbadians that they have to pay for water. If the sewage water that they're giving us is so clean to drink, why don't they sell it to the cruise ships? Why don't they sell the water to the cruise ships? Why don't they export the sewage water and give Barbadians the clean water? But I will say to you, this country is under attack and they want your place in this country. Just look at all the immigration bills that the government passing to allow people to come in and take citizenship and residence. And touching back on Wilfred again, he came out and said that the government is looking at citizenship for investment. Then he came back and said, no, the government is not interested. But they are going to be selling Barbadian passports. Check it, all of the international countries crack down people who sell passports because they give the passports to international criminals who could then come here and continue to pay for the people in this country and to come in here and launder how much ever money they want. But that money laundering and the laundering that money always ends up in campaigns of political candidates. And I dare say to you, the people in this country, that whoever has a handle on this bill, because I don't travel, I don't go to Miami, I don't go to England, I know all these places drinking. I like Barbados. I like drinking natural limestone type water in Barbados. And if you take away that right from me, and if you take away that right from my mother, our grandmother, our grandfather, my little brothers and sisters coming up, and the ones that even born yet, if you take away that sacred right of clean, natural water from us, you would have committed the most heinous and wicked calamity and crime on the people of this country, and therefore every person touching this bill must step down in the name of the people, and we will not let up, because we put Abrams and Ryan Stuart has to tell us where those sewage treatment plants are right now. We don't want to know where the ones that are operating right now are. I never heard about them in my life. So y'all need to come and tell us, because the people are going to continue to picket YouTube for poisoning the great people of this land. So with that being said, I now come to the end of my presentation. No to Johnny water. No to Johnny water. Normally, no to Johnny water. When sure, no to Johnny water. Wilfred Evans, no to Johnny water. And with that being said,